Banks Braves High School Athletics on Westside Mobile Media, presented by Jason Bond Remodeling, brought to you by Andy McNabb Allstate, Banks Post Newspaper, Chris Ressick of Edward Jones Financial Forest Grove, EconoFab Pole Buildings, Jason Bond Remodeling, Jim's Market, Christy Van Meter at Caliber Home Loans, LaHaye's Custom Embroidery of Hillsboro, Main Street Pizza, Northside Rock, Oregon Army National Guard, Oregon Coffee Roaster, Sarah Hesselman Keller Williams Realty, Scoggins Creek Coffee, Shannon Jennings Insurance, Specialty Screen Printing, Tenente's Pizza, Terry Powell American Family Insurance, and Wana Credit Union. Now here's the voice of Westside Mobile Media, Trevor Beard, alongside color analyst Jonathan Lee.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Banks Volleyball. Tonight, the Kawapa opener as the Braves host Astoria, looking for their second win of the season. We'll be back in just a moment with the first serve after we handle public address duties and the introduction of both teams. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's Kawapa volleyball contest between the visiting Astoria Fishermen and the home team Banks Braves. The OSAA requests the model good sportsmanship by refraining from derogatory cheers, chants, or behavior towards students, coaches, officials, or other spectators. Any verbal, written, or physical conduct related to race, gender, age, color, national origin, ethnicity, disability, sexual orientation, or religion will not be tolerated. Such conduct may subject the violator to removal from this event and result in penalties assessed against your school. Any spectator removed from this event may be banned from attending future interscholastic events. Speak out if you see inappropriate behavior by immediately notifying event management staff. The OSAA and the Banks community are committed to a welcoming environment that promotes fair play and respect for all, and we expect the same from each of you here tonight. We request your cooperation in supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Together, we can provide a safe and respectful environment for all. And speaking of officials, tonight's officials for this match are Joy Kolsnikoff and Chris Linus. Now let's meet the players for the visiting Astoria Fishermen. Number 1, right side hitter, senior, 5'7", Delfina Akfale. Number 2, 5'8", senior, outside hitter, Landry Nickel. Number 3, 5'8", senior, setter, right side hitter, Molly Matthews. Number 4, 5'9", senior, middle blocker, Bailey Carr. Number 5, 5'5", freshman, outside hitter, Taja Tuamato. Number 6, 5'4", junior, libero, defensive specialist, Kendall Inkwitz. Number 7, 5'6", senior, right side, outside hitter, number 7, Megan Davis. Number 8, 5-foot junior, libero, defensive specialist, Kelsey Loyola. Number 9, 5'2", senior, defensive specialist, sophomore defensive specialist Ava Bagra. Number 8, senior defensive specialist Hayden Rockwell. Number 9, junior middle blocker Alex Saunders. Number 10, junior middle blocker Madison Walker. Number 11, junior outside hitter Madison Bigsby. And number 13, senior defensive specialist Sierra Jackson. The Braves are coached by Stephanie Wayne and assisted by Diana Herb. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please stand and remove your hats for tonight's national anthem. And we're set for tonight's match between the Banks Braves and the visiting Astoria Fishermen as we open Coapa League play for the 2021 season. Braves will be wearing their home white jerseys with long sleeve jerseys with navy blue sleeves beyond the elbow, Vegas gold trim just above the elbow, navy blue shorts, navy blue trim on the bottom of the jerseys on the sides of the torso. Braves in navy blue and Vegas gold lettering between the shoulders, and navy blue with Vegas gold trim numerals with the Braves arrowhead in navy blue, white, and Vegas gold over the front of the left shoulder. Astoria will be in their road black uniforms, purple numerals with gold trim. The libero will be wearing white with purple numbers and Vegas gold trim with the purple A in gold outlined over the left shoulder with dark purple shorts. First serve from Astoria is from Molly Matthews, returned by Saunders for the Braves. Matthews to Davis, returned by Matthews, popped up out of the back row by the Braves. Short into the top of the net by Madison Bigsby after the feed from Haley Evans, and Astoria with an early 1-0 lead. Serve from Astoria. Saunders keeps it alive near the bleachers, returned by the Braves. Coming up to get it is Wilkin, playing the libero tonight. Dumped over at the net, battled both teams. Wilkin can't get to it in time to keep it in play as it goes all the way back near the end line as the Astoria defense had shifted up towards the net, and we're tied at one, side out for the Braves. First serve tonight for Banks will be performed by Katie Rains, junior defensive specialist. Popped up by Landry Mickle. Returned by Mickle. Evans. And too high for far side of the Astoria front row. Looks like number 10, Grace Kindred. And the Braves have an early 2-1 lead in the first set. Serve from Banks is dug out but returned wide to the near side on the first attempt from Tinley Mattiucci, and it's 3-1 Braves. Astoria unable to handle the serve from Katie Rains. Serve into the back row, coming up to the net, returned by Kindred for Astoria. Jackson to Evans, set back across by Jackson. Set across by Astoria, Mickle far side, Evans sets up Walker off the net, and too much for Tinley Mattiucci. Braves up 4-1 early. Really, Braves have a chance at a outside third shot, or third team from the Coapa League to playoffs. Low serve, but does make it across the net, returned by Mickle, and comes up short into the net despite just one win on the season. Outside of Tillamook and Valley Catholic, every other team in the Coapa League has a losing record. We have an early timeout, Astoria. We'll go ahead and take a 30-second break and be back after this.
Thinking about updating your kitchen or bath? James Bond Remodeling has over 20 years experience fabricating and installing stone countertops and can upgrade your home with the countertops of your dreams without the dreamy price tag. They pride themselves on quality and customer satisfaction. They offer stone countertop fabrication and installation and cabinet installation services. They'll do their best to beat any bid by 10%. Based locally in Washington County, they'll do jobs in most Portland metro locations. Call 503-753-9993 or email jasonbondremodeling@gmail.com. Jason Bond Remodeling, Oregon CCV number 227733.
And we're back. Braves with a 5-1 lead following the early timeout from Astoria. Katie Rains holding serve for the Braves. Back row near side to Molly Matthews, returned by Astoria. Nice effort by the Braves to scramble and come up with a return. Hit across the net by Landry Mickle for Astoria. Returned by Evans for the Braves. Wilkin, Astoria into the back row to Rains. Far side Evans sets up Walker. Blocked at the net by Astoria, and they get the side out, trailing 5-2. Early in the second set, or in the first set. Serve from Landry Mickle, well beyond the center of the back row, and Evans sticks her hands up expecting a block, and ball comes up short of the net, so back-to-back points for Astoria, trailing 5-3. Serve from Landry Mickle. Returned by the Braves. Diving effort from Astoria. Braves scramble, not expecting the dig off the floor on the return. Battle at the net. Astoria can't dig it off, and it's going to go over near the scorer's table, and Braves will get the side out back and a 6-3 lead in the first set. The serve from Bigsby is dug out by Mickle, returned by Astoria, and Madison Bigsby lets it go, and it's going to find its way inside the near back corner. Side out back to Astoria, trailing 6-4. Banks on the west end of the court, Astoria to the east on our left, diving to the floor. is Riley Stanley. Astoria comes up with the point, though, trailing 6-5. Braves have led all the way early, as much as 5-1, and Rockwell misplays it, and that's going to go behind her into the back wall, and we're tied at 6 in the first set. And the serve that time for Maddie Wilkin is long, and the Braves regain the lead and the side out, up 7-6 in the first set. Again, Jonathan Lee not expected to join us for very many volleyball broadcasts, if any, and there's an ace from Taylor Van Aken as it goes off the foot of Wilkin in the center of the back row, and the Braves are up 8-6. Van Aken moves over just inside the right side of the key. A return this time by Astoria around the block of Haley Evans, gets a piece of it, but no other Brave there as it goes out of bounds far side near the bleachers behind the official stand, and it's 8-7. Aspen Broughton serving for Astoria. Popped up by Rains, returned by Madison Walker. Broughton returned by Astoria from Mattiucci. Astoria, nice effort to come up with the return, but way too long. And side out back to the Braves, leading 9-7. Johnson, Saunders, and Evans across the front row for the Braves. Van Aken and Rockwell. Madison Walker on the serve that time. The return from number 3, Molly Matthews. Way too long, and the Braves have reached double digits with a 10-7 lead. The serve from Walker is going to be tipped out of bounds into the back wall by Astoria. Can't handle the serve, and a point off of service for Madison Walker. Braves back to a 4-point lead, 11-7. Same place it was before the Astoria timeout of 5-1. Walker misplays it over near the corner of the bleachers, near the student section. Wide out tonight. 3 games at home this week for homecoming. Astoria tonight for volleyball. Valley Catholic. Braves hoping for an upset Thursday night against the number 2 team. And football at home against 3A Rainier on Friday. 11-8. Serve from Astoria is returned by the Braves. Rains near side, tipped by the Braves. Van Aken, Evans, Johnson on the return, but dug out by Maddie Wilkin. That time coming up short into the net. Bailey Call. And the Braves get the serve back, leading 12-8. Serve from Nia Johnson, popped up by Maddie Wilkin, and it goes over near the scorer's table. Aspen Broughton making a late play on it, but unable to get there in time, and Braves up 13-8. Serve from Nia is returned by Landry Mickle. Van Aken to Evans. Sets up Saunders, dug out by Wilkin. Returned by Astoria, blocked. Evans pops it up, not expecting it though, and hits that one up the top of the bleachers behind the student section across the way on the south side of the court. Side out back to Astoria, trailing 13-9 in the first. Serve from Mattiucci for Astoria. Jackson dumped over by Evans. Kind of half-heartedly tried to go behind her back, and there for the block is Grace Kindred. Side out, Serve will stay with Mattiucci. Astoria trailing 13-10. Mattiucci serve. Van Aken misplays it, but Jackson keeps it alive. Returned by Evans far side. Astoria is ready for it over the top of the Braves defense. Evans flips it over. Blocked at the net by Saunders. Nice job to keep it off the net. Astoria bench calling for a technical error. Evans after the serve from Astoria, and it's blocked, and it goes out of bounds far side. Behind the server's pole, and I think Astoria calling for, they thought somebody from the Braves was over the net, but side out will go back to the Braves, back to a 4-point lead at 14-10. Incredible action that time on that point to get the serve back. Evans dug out by Astoria. Janasek to Evans. Back to Janasek over the top. Picked up by Wilkin, the libero for Astoria. Over the top of the block that time for Molly Matthews from the near side. Able to angle it over towards the center of the court as the block was set up nicely to the near side, but able to go around the block, and Astoria again within 3 at 14-11. Serve from the Fishermen is returned by the Braves, but there for the easy return is Grace Kindred, as it worked just like a lob, and Astoria is within 12 at 14 within 2 at 14-12. And that one's going to go out far side on the Astoria side of the court to the east end. Behind the far side officials pole, and the officials stand. It's 14-13, Astoria within 1. Van Aken to Evans, back to Van Aken near side. Popped up by Astoria. Set back across, diving to the floor, Evans. Janasek sets it far side to Van Aken over the top of the defense. And nice play by the Braves to get the side out back and get the lead back to 2 at 15-13. Saunders and Rockwell will come out. Riley Stanley, the libero tonight for the Braves. The serve from Katie Raines. Returned by Astoria. Jackson to Evans. Near side to Janasek. Back row far side to Mattiucci. Returned by Astoria. At the net. Returned all the way into the back row by Raines. Astoria dumps it over. Van Aken to Evans far side. Walker over the top off the net. But Astoria able to play it nicely and comes up with the return. Walker to Evans. Back to Walker. Center of the front row. Too long. Side out back to Astoria. Back to a 1-point advantage for the Braves at 15-14. Serve from Landry Mickle. Jackson, Evans to Walker, near side all the way into the back row. Playing it late is Landry Mickle. Astoria on the return is Bailey Call. Evans, again Janasek near side, and just long. We're tied at 15 in the first set. Serve from Astoria, dug out by Walker. Evans back to Walker. And angles it just wide near the far back corner. And Astoria with a 1-point lead at 16-15. I think that's their first lead tonight. The serve from Landry Mickle, near side. Jackson to Evans. Late on the return is Janasek into the back row for Astoria. Mickle. Returned by the Fishermen. Van Aken from Evans. Walker off the kill and wasn't set for it and hits it backwards, and Braves can't recover. Astoria now with a 2-point lead at 17-15, and we have a timeout, Braves. First set, Astoria has come all the way back from a 4-point deficit on a couple of occasions to take a 2-point lead at 17-15 in the first set. We'll take a 30-second break and be back in just a moment.
Jim's Market in Banks is an institution serving the community for generations. They're actively involved in events and athletics from the youth league to high school level. Let them serve you with their locally grown fresh produce, fresh bakery items, including custom cakes, and quick hot food from their in-store deli. Jim's Market, conveniently located at the south entrance to Banks.
And we're back following Astoria's timeout, 17-15, the Fishermen lead. Braves have led by 4 on a couple of occasions. The serve from Landry Mickle is, again, hit into the back wall. Another ace for the Fishermen. And Astoria with a 3-point lead. Serve from Mickle is dumped over by Walker. And Astoria can't get there in time as it's blocked and hit over near the scorer's table. 18-16, Braves back within 2 and an important side out. Riley Stanley from the center of the key, back row. Popped up by Mattiucci, returned by Astoria, over the top Evans. Van Aken, near side to Nia Johnson. Late to the party, that time is Mattiucci, and I think she initially thought it was going to go out, made a play on it, and hit it into the bleachers on the far side. Braves back within 1 at 18-17. The serve from Stanley, back row, couple of players come together for Astoria. Returned by Mattiucci. Back row would have been long, but played by Stanley to Johnson for the kill. Angled it beautifully in front of Mattiucci, and we're tied at 18. The serve from Riley Stanley is dug out by Mattiucci. A couple of Astoria players collide, but able to come up with the return. Evans to Walker, blocked. Set into the back row. Raines is there for the Braves. Evans to Johnson. Sets it across for the return. Astoria blocked. Mattiucci. And over the round the block. Grace Kindred with the kill. Astoria back to a 1-point lead in the side out at 19-18. Serve from Wilkin. Raines. Evans near side to Johnson. Set down the near side, but returned by Mattiucci and long. Tied at 19. Side out back to the Braves. Van Aken to serve. Low and misplayable. Or unplayable. Landry Mickle mishits it into the back wall. High above the navy blue railing, about 7 or 8 feet up. And it's 20-19, Braves with the lead back. The serve from the Braves, returned by Astoria. Stanley, returned by Walker. Wilkin. Astoria blocked at the net by Madison Walker, and the Braves are up 2 at 21-19 in the first set. Again, the serve from Van Aken. Into the match for Astoria, Megan Davis, and she collides with Bailey Call. Braves up 22-19, and we have a timeout. Astoria We'll take a 30-second break and be back in just a minute.
Thinking about buying or selling a home? Sarah Hesselman, Realtor with Keller Williams Realty, will help you with your real estate needs. Call 503-313-0748 or email Sarah at sarahhesselman.com. Serving your community daily and proud to support the starting lineup of your bank's Braves. Sarah Hesselman, Realtor with Keller Williams Realty. Call 503-313-0748.
And we're back following the Astoria timeout. 22-19, Braves a 3-point lead. Have had a couple of occasions this season to put teams away and have more than one victory headed into league play, but Hood River contest comes to mind. Braves do have one win on the season over 3A top 10 Warrenton. A serve from Van Aken far side and misplayed by Landry Mickle as it nearly goes off her face. Braves with a 4-point lead, 2 points away from a first set victory. The serve from Van Aken. Returned into the back row by Astoria. Van Aken to Evans. Johnson on the return, just a little bit too long, aiming for the far back corner, and Astoria with the side out, trailing 23-20. The serve from Aspen Broughton is short. Returned by the Braves, Wilkin. Broughton back sets, and it's too long to the far side near the far back corner in front of the student section. 24-20, Braves with set point at the end of the first set. Madison Walker gets the go-ahead. Back row, popped up by Astoria. Broughton, returned by the Fisherman. Van Aken to Evans, out of the back row. Walker, dug out by Mickle. Returned by Astoria, partially blocked. Evans dumps it over, dug out by Wilkin. Returned by Astoria. Blocked. Saunders can't get there in time. Side out back to Astoria. Braves a 3-point lead at 24-21. Bailey call. Long serve from near the basketball end line. Van Aken. Nice job to come up with the return, but well long from Hayden Rockwell, and Astoria with back-to-back points on set point for the Braves. Astoria trailing 24-22, and that one's long. And the Braves pick up the first set on a service error from Bailey Call, 25-22. We'll take a 2-minute break and be back in just a moment.
Small businesses represent so much more than the uniqueness of our area and the personality of our communities. Local business also represents the hard work and history of the places we live, which is why Wana Credit Union is staying open, so that your business can stay open too. Wana Credit Union offers all types of commercial lending options, including business credit cards, vehicle and equipment loans, small business lines of credit, and more. Stop by a branch, reach out to our commercial team, or check out wanafcu.org to open your doors and keep them open so that your business thrives for years to come. Wana Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Rankings are important numbers in determining Oregon high school playoffs. So are rankings when choosing a lender to help you with purchasing or refinancing your home. Our local community home loan expert, Christy Van Meter at Caliber Home Loans, is ready to help you win the day. Call Christy today for all of your home loan needs at 503-327-5302 or CaliberHomeLoans.com/KVanMeter. Christy Van Meter, NMLS number 1700271, state licensed in Oregon, an equal housing lender. All products are subject to credit and property approval.
Proudly serving our neighbors in Washington County since 1946, LaHaye's is your destination for locally made Letterman's jackets, custom embroidery for business apparel or a unique gift, and scouting uniforms and supplies. LaHaye's is on the corner of 3rd and Main in historic downtown Hillsborough. Open Wednesday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturday, 10 to 4, and anytime online at lahayes.com or call us at 503-648-2341.
At American Family Insurance, protecting farms is at the heart of what we do. After all, it's where we got our start more than 90 years ago. We understand it's more than a farm, it's your life. And that's why we offer customizable policies that protect what you've worked for. Let's build the policy your farm deserves.
Call American Family Agent Terry Powell in Gaston, 503-521-8842.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
American Family Insurance.
And we're back for the start of the second set. Braves with a 1-0 lead after a 25-22 victory in the first set over Astoria. Katie Rains will serve for the Braves to start the second set. From the right low block. Waiting to get the go ahead from the near side official, Chris Lunis. And the serve from Rains is dug out by Astoria. Over the block from Bigsby and Walker near side, and Astoria picks up the first point of the second set and gets the side out. Landry Mickle. Walker misplays it, nearly collides with two other teammates, 2-0. Fisherman. Astoria trying to even things at 1 set apiece after losing 25-22 in the first set. Mickle's serve is Braves having issues defensively. Returned by Astoria. Evans dumped over nicely by Madison Bigsby near side. Walker battled at the net just wide to the near side. And Astoria with the first 3 points of the second set. Serve from Mickle is popped up by Ava Bogroff into the game for the first time. Spun all the way across the net from right to left, and lucky break for Taylor Van Aken as Astoria can't recover, and side out back to the Braves, trailing 3-1. Bigsby serve far side, back row, dug out by Call, returned by Astoria. Rains. Van Aken on the return for the Braves. Mickle. Returned by Bailey Call for Astoria, but the return is lobbed right 5-2. Bailey call for the kill, and works just like an assist, but from the opposing team, and Astoria with a 4-1 lead after the Braves have a short-lived side out. Maddie Wilkin, the libero, to serve for Astoria. Jump serve is dug out, and Van Aken can't do much with it as Raines able to come up with a nice dig off the serve, or off the kill. But again, it worked just like a lob, and it's 5-1. Astoria in the second. Coming up short that time, Tinley Mattiucci after the return from the Braves, 5-2. Hopefully Banks can score at least a couple of points off serve and hold on to it for a little longer side out. And this time the return is long from Landry Mickle, 5-3, back-to-back points for the Braves. Serve from Van Aken, popped up by Mickle, far side back corner. Returned by Astoria. Again, it just hung on the net. And Braves catch a lucky break as Astoria can't dig it out as it just spins across. 5-4. Again, the serve from Van Aken is returned by Astoria. Van Aken dives late. Would have been close if it would have been in or not, but gets a hand on it, and it's unplayable as it goes near the doors on the southwest corner of the gym. Side out back to Astoria, though, but nice little run for the Braves to cut the lead back to 1 before Astoria gets the side out, and back to 2 at 6-4. Van Aken far side off the Astoria serve. Evans to Walker far side. Dug out by Wilkin, and Nia Johnson jumps and expecting it to come across the net, and Astoria comes up short, side out back to the Braves. Trailing 6-5, back in for Banks, Jocelyn Janasek. The serve from Madison Walker. Nice job by Astoria to keep it in play after it nearly went over near the bleachers. Evans, Saunders blocked, it spun across the net, and this at the net, and the Braves have come all the way back to tie it at 6 in the second set. Serve from Madison Walker. Astoria scrambles defensively, returned by Mattiucci. And Riley Stanley screamed out, thought it was going to go long, finds its way just inside the near back corner, and Astoria back to a 7-6 lead. Serve from the Fisherman. Stanley comes up to get it, the libero. Evans to Johnson around the block, far side, and we're tied at 7. Side out back to the Braves. Serve from Nia Johnson off the net, and Astoria can't dig it out as it just makes it across, and the Braves regain the lead for the first time, I believe, in the second set at 8-7. Braves have not had much luck on those close net plays this season, but already they've gotten 3 or 4 either off of serves or plays at the net that have just spun across or hung on the net, and we're going to get a hitting error on the Braves, and we're tied at 8. Sarah Jackson will come in for Nia Johnson. Mattiucci to serve. Standing clear on the A on the Banks lettering on the end line to the east end of the court. Evans to Janasek on the return. Battle at the net. I think they're going to get net contact from Astoria. Braves a 9-8 lead in the second set. Haley Evans to serve far side near the student section. Dumped over by Astoria. And Evans dives and nearly somersaults trying to keep it in play, but it's not going to be in time, and we're tied at 9, side out back to Astoria. Molly Matthews serve. Short, coming up to get it is Rains, and the Braves come up with the kill. I believe it was Alex Saunders, or Taylor Van Aken that time. Braves back to a 1-point lead at 10-9 in the second. The serve from Katie Rains. And misplayed by Molly Matthews. The Braves a 2-point lead at 11-9. Again, the serve from Rains. Astoria on the return. Evans far back corner to Van Aken. Near side to Janasek. Sets it over the top of the defense, but Astoria is there. Walker on the return. Astoria pops it up and gets it back across the net. Jackson to Evans, far side to Van Aken, and it's just long as Wilkin nearly went after it. 11-10, side out back to Astoria. Serve from Astoria, returned by Jackson, and Rains can't get there in time as Astoria gets the return to land just inside the near back corner, and we're tied at 11. Serve from Astoria, Jackson comes up to get it. Evans to Walker, dug out by Astoria. Far side to Kindred, blocked at the net by Van Aken. Bumped over by Astoria. Evans. And again, communication issues for the Braves, but able to come up with the return. And Walker on the kill as she gets the lob from Astoria and gets it all the way into the far back, or near back corner on the kill. And Astoria, Braves with a 12-11 lead over Astoria. So from the Braves is returned by Megan Davis for Astoria. Walker again, too much for Molly Matthews. The Braves a 2-point lead, 13-11 in the second set. Stanley, the Braves libero, will serve. And probably way too much, but Matthews plays it, and it's returned by Astoria. Short. Johnson battle at the net. Bumped over, and Astoria finds a hole in the far right side of the front row and gets the side out. Trailing 13-12. Jump serve from Wilkin. Rains off the net for the kill. Astoria picks up the point and ties it at 13. Wilkin again the serve. Near side, Rains coming up to get it. Evans to Johnson, off the net. Again, the Braves a lucky spin off the net, and the return is wide to the near side. Can't get there in time as she can't dig it off the floor. Braves back to a 2-point lead at 15-13. It alive, returned by Megan Davis. Evans to Johnson. Dug out by Wilkin for Astoria. Returned wide near the student section. Far side. Braves a 16-13 lead in the third. Van Aken. Short. Wilkin on the return. Evans to Walker. Return short into the bottom of the net by Mattiucci. We have a timeout, Astoria. Braves up 4 in the second set, 17-13. We'll take a 30-second break and be back in just one moment.
Andy McNabb Allstate in North Plains is your local Allstate agent. Located at 10120 Northwest Glencoe, across from Subway. She has 20 years of Allstate experience providing auto, home, renters, life, and other insurance products. Get a quote and receive a $10 gift card. Andy McNabb Allstate. Call 503-433-5030. That's 503-433-5030.
(17-13), Braves with a 4-point lead in the second set over Astoria. Already a 1-0 lead, winning the first set 25-22. Serve from the Braves is returned by Astoria. Nice job by Raines to dig it off the floor. Walker into the back row, popped up by Astoria. Matthews returned by the Fishman. Van Aken to Evans' far side. Returning it, Johnson laid off the net into the back row. Raines keeps it alive. Stanley returned by Evans. Astoria diving to the floor. Stanley pops it up. Evans to Johnson. Down the near side. Astoria digs it out, and the return goes into the net. Braves an 18-13 lead in the second set. Serve from Van Aken. Popped up by Wilkin. Returned by Mattiucci. Diving to the floor, Van Aken keeps it alive. Raines returned by Stanley into the center of the net. But a nice run for the Braves, and Astoria finally picks up the side out, trailing 18-14. Serve from Aspen Broughton is popped up late by Raines. Van Aken far side back row. Returned by Evans. Wilkin, far back corner. Broughton. Mattiucci on the return, and long. Side out back to the Braves, leading 19-14. Serve from Walker is an ace. Wilkin let it go, and Braves are up 6 at 20-14 in the second set. Again, her serve from the far side, much shorter this time, barely making it across the net, and this time angling it beautifully. Bailey Call for the kill, 20-15. Astoria gets the side out back, trailing by 5 late in the second set. Coming out for the Braves, Madison Walker. The serve from Bailey Call is played by Hayden Rockwell. Returned by Astoria. over the block. Nice job by Alex Saunders to come up with the return. And a kill from Astoria. Back-to-back points to pull within 4 at 20-16. Serve from Bailey Call. And Rockwell probably should have let that one go. Looked like it would have been wide in front of the student section. And Astoria with 4 straight to trail by 3 at 20-17. Braves have got to keep their composure and find a way to get the side out back and not give up a huge lead late like they've done so many times, and it's just wide down the far side. So Braves do get the side out after the service error from Astoria. 21-17 in the second, won the first 25-22. Serve from Nia Johnson, low, and Wilkin can, nice effort from Astoria, but it's going to go behind the scorers table out of play, 22-17. Braves looking to go up 2-0 and get their second victory of the season. Nearly goes off the ceiling, but Astoria able to play it and come up with the return. Rockwell returned by Bigsby for the Braves over the top of the wall, but Rockwell is there. Evans to Van Aken, far side, popped up by Wilkin for Astoria. Out of the back row, Call comes up short into the bottom of the net, 23-17 Braves. Serve from Nia Johnson, hoping to serve for the match victory, popped up by Van Aken after the return from Astoria. Bigsby sets it across near side. Astoria scrambling and returned by Landry Mickle. Wilkin dives and returned by the Fisherman. Van Aken, and again Evans and Saunders, communication issues. Nobody called it. And the ball bounces between the two of them and side out back to Astoria, trailing 23-18. Mattiucci standing at just about a step in front of the back wall. Long serve, and it's wide to the far side. Almost got the end line, but just a little bit wide, and it's set point for the Braves in the second set up 24-18. The serve from Evans is short. Popped up by Mickle, returned by Astoria. Off the block, Van Aken dives far side, but can't get it there in time. Astoria will continue the second set for at least one more point, trailing 24-19. Serve from Katie Raines, left of the key, and misplayed by Ava Bogroff, 24-20. Back-to-back points for Astoria. Set point for the Braves in the second set. Again, Bogroff coming up late from her position in the far back corner, 24-21. Serve from Landry Mickle. Van Aken to Evans. Saunders over the top, popped up by Astoria. Davis, returned by the Fisherman. Rockwell, Evans to Bigsby. And coming over late, unable to get there in time, Landry Mickle. The Braves go up 2-0, 25-22, 25-21. We'll take a 2-minute break and return in just a moment. Banks Post newspaper is the official news provider of West Side's greatest hits. Listen hourly for West Side news from the Banks Post newsroom. Banks Post newspaper covers Banks, Manning, Buxton, Roy, and surrounding western Washington County communities. If you'd like more information on the Banks Post or want to pick up a copy, visit a local business today. You can also visit their website at bankspost.com or their Facebook page, Banks Post.
In times of financial uncertainty, how can you stay on track? Call on someone who is invested in your success. I'm Chris Recheck, your Forest Grove Edward Jones financial advisor. At Edward Jones, we believe in building a complete picture of your financial life, including your goals and passions, so we can help you work toward achieving what's most important to you. Call me at 503-359-4092 or visit edwardjones.com to get started today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Hey Brave fans, this is Chris Lighta, the voice of the Braves, here to tell you about Econofab Buildings. Econofab is a third-generation family-owned and operated pole building company located right here in Brave Country. Econofab has been in business for almost 50 years, constructing shops, garages, and barns. I had them build my 2 shops, and as a satisfied and repeat customer, I'm here to tell you that Econofab puts the fab in fabulous. Go visit them online at econofabbuildings.com.
Visit Main Street Pizza in Banks, located next to Jim's Market, for the best pizza in Washington County. From loaded hot baked subs to a Main Street special pizza piled high, we will satisfy your pizza cravings. We've been serving and supporting the Banks community since 1986. Open daily at 11 a.m. Call ahead now to place your order at 503-324-5858 or follow us on Facebook to see our daily lunch specials. Mention this radio ad and receive $2 off any Main Street pizza.
And we're back. Braves with a 2-0 lead, 25-22, 25-21. Hoping for their second victory on the season and a victory in the Coapa League opener. Ollie Matthews with the first serve to start the game for Astoria. Evans back sets to Saunders, popped up by Mattiucci for the Fishermen. Returned by Kindred, but blocked by Saunders for the first point of the match, or first point of the set for the Braves. And they quickly get the side out. Serve from Katie Rains. Down the near side, returned by Kindred. Saunders over the top of the Braves defense. Van Aken is there. Evans to Walker for the kill. Too much for the Astoria block to handle. And the Braves are up 2-0 in the third set. Katie Rains moves over just inside the left low block to our right. Waiting for Chris Lunis. Near side official. Serve from Katie Rains is Returned by Wilkin after Astoria scrambles. Evans far side. Van Aken on the return. Wilkin. Returned by Kindred. Diving late as Rains, but Astoria will get the side out and their first point of the third set. And the serve from Molly Matthews. Evans near side to Walker, sets it into the back row. A couple of Astoria players collide. Returned by Kindred, popped up by Rains, far back corner. Evans, returned by Jackson, popped up by Landry Mickle. Kindred again on the return, and blocked far side, but Rains can't get there, and we're tied at 2 in the third set. Braves up 2-0. Serve from Matthews. Jackson pops it up right in front of the corner of the bleachers by the student section, and Astoria takes a 3-2 lead. So 3 straight points for the Fishermen. The serve from Landry Mickle. Returned by Walker off the net, and Mattiucci can't do anything with it, and we're tied at 3. Side out back to the Braves. Serve from Madison Bigsby is about 6 inches too long, and Astoria regains the lead with the side out off the service error, 4-3. Jump serve from Wilkin, popped up by Stanley. Returned by Walker, far side. Over the top. Astoria calling for a touch, but I don't think they're going to get it. Tied at 4. Van Aken to serve for the Fishermen, or for the Braves. Fishermen thought they had won the point and kept the serve. Serve is short, popped up late at the net by the Fishermen. Johnson near side to Evans, back to Johnson, racing up to the net, and Miss sets it behind her, and Astoria regains the lead at 5-4. Rodden serve from just a step behind the line. Evans returned by Walker near side, and it's going to be long into the back wall. Landry Mickle made a late play on it and hit it behind her. Braves get the serve back, tied at 5. Rains comes out. It's Janicek, Johnson, and Evans across the front. Van Aken and Stanley with Walker serving. Returned by Mattiucci. Stanley goes late. Evans finding a hole in the Astoria defense. Nice job to hit it where they ain't, and the Braves regain the lead at 6-5. Serve from Walker is low. Mattiucci, Saunders with the return, and Astoria scrambling. Can't come up with the return off the bottom of the net as it goes underneath, and the Braves with a 7-5 lead in the third, up 2-0. Serve from Walker, returned by Call. Evans far side, returned by Saunders into the back row, and just a little bit long. 7-6 Braves, but the side out back to Astoria. The serve from Call is off the net. Evans plays it, but no other Brave there on the near side of the net, and Astoria has tied it at 7. Serve from Call, battle at the net. Won by Evans. Mattiucci keeps it alive, and Landry Mickle tries to dive into the bleachers to keep it in play, but unable to get it back to a teammate, and the Braves regain the lead at 8-7. Avery Ewing in for Astoria, or it appeared, but either Astoria made a late decision not to bring her in or was not allowed by the officials. Evans back sets to Saunders. Looked like it would have went long, but Call makes a play on it, and it's returned off by Astoria, off the block from Janicek and Johnson. It goes behind them, and Astoria with the lead back at 9-8 and the side out. Excuse me, apparently we are tied at 8. The serve from Mattiucci is late. Decision from Bogroff, and chucks the ball back as she's upset with herself, and Astoria with the lead back at 9-8. Trailing 2-0, however. Mattiucci. Long serve to Van Aken near back corner. Evans far side. Saunders slips on the return, and Astoria with back-to-back points. Actually 3 in a row after trailing 8-7. Now up 10-8. The serve from Mattiucci. Popped up by Bogroff. Van Aken to Janicek on the return. Punched over. And on the kill, Landry Mickle, 11-8 Astoria. 4 in a row now for the Fishermen. Again, Mattiucci, long serve is wide near the student section. 11-9, Braves get the side out after Astoria had rattled off 4 in a row. The serve from Evans, far side, popped up late by Mattiucci. Coming over to keep it in play is Broughton, returned by Astoria. Evans from Rockwell. Van Aken on the return. Kindred gets it across for Astoria. Evans near side to Janicek. Set across by Broughton. Janicek keeps it alive, and we're going to get a hitting error by the Braves. Astoria back to a 3-point lead at 12-9. And we have a timeout, Banks. Astoria 12, Banks 9 in the third set. Braves with a 2-0 lead, however. We'll take a 30-second break and be back right after this.
Northside Rock Products in North Plains is where you can get gravel products directly from the quarry. They service contractors as well as homeowners. They can get rock straight from the quarry that's essential for paths, driveways, under concrete slabs and roads, as it packs and condenses well. Northside Rock Products offers a variety of quality crushed rock and fill material, as well as boulders and specialty rock. They offer trucks for hire for contractor work. Northside Rock Products can bring their mobile crusher to your jobs for on-site crushing and screening. Delivery is available. Get all you need at low winter rates. Northside Rock Products LLC on Northwest Dixie Mountain Road in North Plains. NorthsideRockProductsLLC.com.
And we're back. Astoria with a 12-9 lead in the third set after the Braves timeout. Banks a 2-0 lead. Molly Matthews serving for the Fishermen. Popped up by Van Aken. Rains. Evans to Van Aken, and too much for Grace Kindred as she hits the deck. And we have a scoring error with the scoreboard. Should be 12-10. And now they have it corrected. We've had issues with the scoreboard outlet, I think, has gone out a couple of times. In previous matches, but just a connection issue. And Chris Lunis talking with the Braves scorekeeper. Serve from Rains is an ace. Mattiucci went low, but not low enough, as unable to dig it off the floor, and Braves back within one at 12-11. Rains moves over to the left low block. Wilkin, far side back row. Kept off the net by Matthews, returned by Astoria. Rains off the back row. Evans to Janasek, wide to the far side. Side out back to Astoria, leading 13-11. Serve from Landry Mickle for Astoria, popped up by Rains. Evans to Janasek on the return. Over the top of the Braves defense, and that's long. Rains made a play on it, but did not make contact with the ball. Braves within one again at 13-12. Ava Bogroff will come out. Nia Johnson returns with Maddie Walker and Taylor Van Aken across the front row. Riley Stanley's serve, playing the libero tonight, is returned by Kindred over the top. Evans dives to the floor. Walker on the return. Off the block, and Johnson not ready for it. Gets a hand on it, but can't do anything else with it. Astoria back to a 2-point lead of 14-12. Maddie Wilkin, the white shirt libero for Astoria, with the ace, and it's 15-12 as Katie Rains can't position herself quickly enough to make a play on the serve. And Astoria with a 3-point lead in the third set at 15-12. Rains to Evans, back to Riley Stanley on the return. I almost said Rockwell. Call over the top. Johnson coming up to get it. Evans keeps it off the net. Returned by Johnson into the bottom of the net. Nearly hit Madison Walker in the face with the ball, and it's 16-12 Astoria. Serve from the Fishermen. A couple of players come together. Evans late to get it across. Ewing. Call on the return into the back row. Johnson, returned by Walker. Set back across, diving, and the ball is going to go into the student section after the effort from Katie Rains. And Astoria appears to be pulling away in the third set, up 17-12. Braves still with a 2-0 lead, though, so even if they lose this set, they would still be up 2-1. And another ace for Wilkin, 18-12, Astoria up 6. Timeout Banks. Banks up 2-0, but Astoria is starting to pull away from the Braves in the third set, up 18-12. We'll take a 30-second break and be back in just a moment. North Plains Chamber of Commerce invites you to check out Oregon Coffee Roaster. Based in the Portland foothills, this wholesale roaster has decades of experience offering quality Arabica coffee and loose leaf tea to businesses. Whether you're a business customer interested in a bulk order of 10 pounds or more, or a residential customer interested in smaller quantities, contact them today for your coffee needs. Call 503-647-5102 or visit their website, OregonCoffee.com. And we're back following the timeout from Braves head coach Stephanie Wayne. Astoria with an 18-12 lead in the third set. The serve from Wilkin. Van Aken into the bottom of the net and too low to play it off the net. 19-12 Astoria. Jump serve from Wilkin. Stanley. Returned by Evans. Wilkin back row for Astoria. Returned by the Fisherman, and Madison Walker is there for the block side out to the Braves, trailing 19-13. Serve from Van Aken is an ace right in front of Wilkin. A big whiff as it lands at her feet, and the Braves with back-to-back points trailing 19-14. Van Aken serve, Wilkin digs it out, but again goes underneath the net this time as again Wilkin unable to play it. 19-15, Braves within 4. Serve from Van Aken just inside left side of the key, returned by the Fisherman. Van Aken dives, Evans sets it to Johnson. Wilkin hits it over near her bench. Wilkin has had issues as the libero the last 3 serves, and the Braves with 4 straight to pull within 3 at 19-16. Van Aken's serve. Oh, nice job by Wilkin to keep it alive. Astoria somehow from near the back wall comes up with the return, but Evans over the top of the block far side, and the Braves are within 2 at 19-17, and I think we have a timeout, Jesse Todd. Timeout Astoria, the Braves are within 2, looking for a clean sweep of the Fishermen, up 2-0. Have scored the last 5. We'll take a 30-second break and be back after this 30-second Astoria, after this full Astoria timeout. Shannon Jennings of North Plains is your local independent insurance agent. Are you overpaying for insurance? She can partner with a vast range of insurance companies to provide you with the most competitive products and services. Whether it's your home, auto, commercial, or any other type of insurance, we take the time to learn about you, your family, and your business to find the best coverage to protect your unique needs. For quality insurance coverage at affordable prices, call 503-444-0566 or email Shannon at shannonjenningsinsurance.com. And we're back. The Braves on the serve. I believe it is Rains, dumped over by Walker. Popped up late by Astoria. Molly Matthews. Returned by the Fishermen. Evans off the net. Johnson. It's going to go off the net stick, and Jesse Todd, I think, a little bit confused by the call, but the Braves will keep the serve and get their 6th straight point. Within one at 19-18. It is Van Aken on the serve. Stanley hits it off the top of the scorer's table, and that will end the 6-point run for the Braves. Side out back to Astoria, up 20-18. Aspen Broaden from the left. Low block, now takes a couple of steps up. Her serve down the near side to Rains. Johnson over the top, popped up by Mickle. Back to Mickle on the return. Rains dives to the floor. Evans with the return. Stanley to Rains, returned by Van Aken. Into the back row, Mickle for Astoria. Broughton sets up Molly Matthews, too long on the return. Braves back within one at 20-19. Saunders will come in for Katie Rains. Saunders, Johnson, and Evans with Van Aken and Stanley. Serving is Madison Walker for the Braves. Back row picked up far side by Molly Matthews for Astoria. And the Fishermen come up short. Braves have come all the way back to tied at 20 after being down 19-12 earlier in the set. Returned by Astoria, dug out by Walker. Johnson can't get it back in play as it goes off the near net pole. 21-20 Astoria back to a 1-point lead. The serve from Call for Astoria. Johnson off the block. Astoria keeps it alive. Returned by the Fishermen. Rockwell Saunders dumps it over, and we're going to get net contact from Astoria. We're tied at 21. Saunders comes out, or not Saunders. Janicek, Bigsby is back in for the Braves. The serve from Johnson, low. And it hits an Astoria player in the back, and they still get it across, but it's going to go wide near the student section. Braves up 22-21 in the third, looking for the sweep after being down 19-12 in this set. Punched all the way into the back row. Turned by Saunders. Blocked, and Astoria can't get there. Off the fingertips of Landry Mickle. 23-21. Timeout, Astoria. And the Braves, who have just one win on the season, are looking to start Coapa League play 1-0 with a clean sweep here of the Fishermen, up 23-21 in the third set, up 2-0, 25-22, 25-21. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Scoggins Creek Coffee is proud to offer delicious hot drinks and delectable breakfast items too. Visit their 2 locations in Gaston and Yamhill Carlton. Open 7 days a week, Mondays through Saturdays until 5 and Sundays until 3. Make sure to ask about their weekly specials and visit their Facebook page. Scoggins Creek Coffee, 503-985-3483.
Astoria has tied it at 23 in the third set. Long serve from Mattiucci. Battle at the net. Returned by Astoria. Evans back to Bigsby over the top for the point. 24-23. Nice job to get it over the top of the defense. And the Braves with set point, match point, up 24-23, and the side out. The serve from Evans, far side. Wilkin nearly misplays him, but Astoria scrambles to keep it alive and get it across. Evans to Bigsby, over the top, dug out by Wilkin. Set across by Broughton into the back row. Rockwell to Evans, dumped over by Bigsby. Kindred, back to Kindred on the return, blocked! And the Braves get a victory in the Kawapa opener in 3 sets. Their second victory on the season, 25-22, 25-21, 25-23. As the Braves put together 3 sets of beautiful volleyball to, despite just 1 win in non-league play, improved to 2-7 and 1-0 in the Kawapa League. And like I said earlier, still an outside chance at being a playoff team. Will likely not be the league champion. That I'm sure will go to Valley Catholic, but an impressive effort tonight to pick up the win in 3 sets over Astoria. 25-22, 25-21, 25-23 our final score. Banks wins it in 3 sets. Our next broadcast will be back here again Thursday night for volleyball against Valley Catholic, and that's going to take an even better effort to even get that beyond 3 sets, and would take a miracle for a set victory. And Friday night we'll be home for football as the Banks Braves entertained Rainier, the number 1 team in 3A, for homecoming. Thanks for listening to tonight's broadcast. I'm Trevor Beard. Again, Banks picks up the victory over Astoria in 3 sets. Thanks for listening, and good night.